wanted to give you guys a brief overview on how you can improve your authority. Now, although we're just starting to talk about authority and we're laying down the fundamentals for SEO, I wanted to provide this brief overview so that you have a little bit of an idea of what you're going to be engaging in moving forward. So, we do have 5 steps for improving authority. Now, again, authority is your trust. So, how can we get other people to trust us? Now, you've heard me kind of speak about the first one already, probably a lot. It's to build content that has value. This is really the key to everything SEO now. Didn't used to be like this. Google wasn't so strict on the value of the content and ensuring that you adhere to its set of rules, but today that's just how it is. So if you're going to do SEO, you have to do it the right way. We have to build content that has value. Now, what type of content has value? Well, we're going to get into a lot of that stuff moving forward. You've heard me speak about it already, but content that has value is going to be something that adds to the lives of others. It helps to answer a question or fill a need. It can be some sort of all-important resource that people will turn to, some sort of tutorial or a recipe, cooking lesson, how to solve a problem or how to do something that people are trying to figure out how to do, and you want to be able to teach that to them. So the content really has to have value and has to go above and beyond. So you can't just push out any content. You really have to ensure that you dot all the I's, cross all the T's. If you're going to do a tutorial, add a video in there if you can. Let them hear your voice so that you can walk them through what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you do, just ensure that you do it to the best of your ability. Build real content that has value, and that's everything in SEO. And no matter how many, visits somebody promises you or what cool strategy you want to do, the newest, greatest thing that, everybody is raging about, it doesn't really make a difference as long as if you don't have the content. The anchor is the content. You have to build content that has value. I know that I keep saying that over and over again. You'll hear me repeating it a lot, but it's definitely very, very important. The second step we're going to engage in is to create authority website content. So not only do we have to create content that has value on our websites, but we have to create content that has value on authority websites. Now remember, authority websites are the ones that are already trusted by Google. So how do we quickly boost authority for a piece of content that we create? We do something called content marketing. So in effect, we're creating similar, not exactly the same, but similar, targeting the same keyword, content on authority sites. Now that content is linking back to our content. Why is that so important? Because it's the high quality, unique, relevant content that links back to our content, which gives us that all-important trust boost, because Google has that implicit trust with authority sites. So, when we go out there and, we write an article and then we go and create a video, that video is linking back to the article. Maybe that video is explaining how to do what the article talks about. So we're going to be doing a lot of the authority content stuff. And of course, it's all about those links. So it's about the link from the authority site content. It's not just creating the content itself, but that content, the strategy here is to have that content have a link back to our content, on our website. So that's how we're going to increase our page rank. It's not going to be simple. You could be sandboxed and you just got out there, you just register your domain name or whatnot, but this is going to be the best strategy that we're going to leverage. We're going to be creating links back from authority site content to our content, which is relevant content. And I can't stress how important that's going to be. Google loves the relevant links. It likes editorial links a lot more. If some popular blog or tech site or something like that writes you up, or CNN does, and it's a positive article with a link back to your website, that's amazing. So, but we all can't have that in the beginning, so we focus on creating authority site content with relevant links to our content. We're going to have to develop relationships with bloggers. So, we have to kind of hunt down who the popular bloggers are, who the authority bloggers are in our niche, or in our industry, and we have to develop relationships with them. It's not going to be something that's simple. It's far easier said than done. But, again, it's something where you have to add some value, whether you want to do a guest blog, which is not as important anymore to Google, but it still kind of counts to get that link for you, for your website, or some other strategy where you're informing them about broken links on their site or anything like that. We'll discuss a bunch of those. The important thing is you have to develop relationships with bloggers. You have to go where the bloggers are, interact with them on Twitter, interact with them on Google+, interact with them on Facebook, start developing a relationship. I always talk about with SEO, you have to do the most amount of work for the least initial return. And it sounds really, really annoying, but it's so true. You really have to go out there and kind of think to yourself, how can I forge value and build trust? Everything that you do, you have to consider those two concepts. So developing relationships with bloggers is going to be kind of an important step to building your own authority, because you want to eventually become like these bloggers. You want to have authority. You want people messaging you, emailing you, wanting to interact with you, work with you, because you've built authority. You've put in the work. Google's kind of set up the game so that you can't really get ahead without actually doing the work. You have to kind of put in the long hours, so to speak. So we want to do that, and we want to engage in meaningful conversations. So this is going to be important when it comes to social media stuff. Now, a lot of people like to post stuff on social media and then kind of walk away, or go back to doing something else, like that they're done for the day or whatnot. But you wouldn't walk up to a group of people, start a conversation, and then walk away, would you? You have to engage in meaningful conversations. You have to stick around. But this is not only engaging in meaningful conversations on your own page. Yes, you want to post stuff, you want people to be aware of your shared links and all those kinds of things. But that doesn't have such a huge impact. People really look at, is this person, engaging in meaningful conversations? Are you going to, popular blogs or forums and commenting on stuff where you can add value to other people's lives? How can you answer a question, help somebody out? Eventually your links will be in there leading to your website, but again, in the beginning, you just really have to focus on forging that value and building trust. The only really way to do that is to do these things that are fundamental and key to, your overall long-term success on the web. So this is kind of, I wanted you guys to keep this in mind. This is something, these steps we'll be engaging in these steps moving forward to try to build our own authority for our websites.